Shahnameh is the national epic of Iran or Persia. It was composed by Ferdowsi in the late 10th and early 11th centuries CE. This remarkable work tells the story of Iran and its people from the creation of the world to the Arab conquest in the 7th century, a period that brought Islam to Persia. Unlike famous Western epics such as the Iliad, the Odyssey, and the Aeneid, which usually deal with one generation and focus on a few leading characters who are contemporary with one another, Shahnameh covers a much longer period of history. It follows many generations of kings, heroes, and warriors across centuries, and introduces a far larger cast of important characters. This vast scope gives it a unique sense of historical depth and allows readers to witness the rise and fall of entire dynasties and eras. It is an enormous work. The standard edition of the poem fills 9 volumes and contains more than 50,000 lines. Each line is quite long. Each line has 22 syllables, which makes it slightly longer than a heroic couplet. Shahnameh begins by exalting God as the Lord of wisdom and the creator of the soul, and as a reality beyond human understanding. It establishes themes like the nature of wisdom, the fate of the human soul, and the incomprehensibility of God's purposes that remains central throughout the epic. This is an example of praising God. Now in the name of God, whose power controls wisdom and has created human souls, exalted beyond all that thought or speech is able to encompass or to reach, the Lord of Saturn and the stars at night, who gives the sun and moon and Venus light, above all name and thought, exceeding all of his creation, and unknowable. The exordium continues with a description of how the world was created from the 4 elements: earth, fire, air, and water. Ferdowsi then speaks about the creation of mankind and the sun and moon. He praises the Prophet Muhammad and briefly discusses the sources he used to write the poem. The introduction ends with praise for Ghaznavi Sultan Mahmud, from whom Ferdowsi hoped to receive support and patronage, but later stories suggest that Sultan Mahmud did not reward him as generously as he expected. The basic structure of Shahnameh is that of a royal chronicle. The poem tells the stories of 50 monarchs, including 3 queens, and carefully records how each one came to power and how their reign ended, whether through death, abdication, or overthrow. The poem proceeds reign by reign, with frequent evocations of past kings and heroes, as well as occasional predictions of future reigns and events. Although it tells the stories of 50 rulers, it does not treat all monarchs equally. Some kings appear only briefly, while others dominate large sections of the epic. For example, the reign of Qaboos covers more than 3 volumes of the 9-volume edition of the poem and includes many of its most famous adventures and heroic tales. This uneven focus is partly due to the sources available to Ferdowsi, but it also reveals his own interests as a storyteller. By devoting more attention to certain kings and events, he highlights the themes, conflicts, and moral lessons that he considered most important. One of Shahnameh's most important themes is the question of what makes a person truly noble. Ferdowsi is deeply interested in the qualities of the good hero, not just strength, courage, or military success, but wisdom, honor, and moral character. Throughout the epic, the heroes we admire are often guided by a sense of duty and justice. Their greatest concern is not simply how to defeat their enemies or gain power, but how to do what is right. In this way, Shahnameh is more than a collection of battles and adventures. It is also a reflection on ethics, responsibility, and the values that define a worthy human being. So what makes this work truly remarkable is that it is much more than a story about kings and battles. Across thousands of pages and countless generations, Ferdowsi creates a world where courage is measured not only by strength, but also by wisdom, justice, and moral character. By combining myth, history, and ethical reflection, he preserves the memory of Iran's past while exploring questions that remain relevant today. It is this unique blend of epic storytelling and profound human insight that has allowed it to endure for over 1,000 years, continuing to inspire readers both in Iran and around the world.